This is Otha McGee. The day is July the 4th, 2016. The second week of June, I visited an ENT specialist, ear, nose, and throat. I told him that I'm having headaches, I'm hearing abnormal clicking in my nasal cavity area, I'm having blurry visions. On top of that, I'm having sneeze attacks with no known allergies that caused my back to go out at one point. I told him that I thought it was peculiar that when I put a magnet to this part of my nose right here and turn my head sideways like this so that the magnet would either stick or fall. He told me this after he looked at an x-ray. He told me that there was nothing there. We continued the conversation, wherein which I revealed to him that when I put a small magnet up to my nose and tilt my head in such a way that it should fall due to gravity, it sticks. So my hypothesis is it must be metal there. They have a copy of an x-ray, and in this area right here is where the magnet is sticking. And again, my hypothesis is there must be metal somewhere there in this area for it to stick. Furthermore, I told him that exactly where that line was that I pointed to, that's where the magnet is sticking. Here on an MRI, this bright spot right here is in that cavity that right where generally the magnet is. And he stated that there was not enough. This is it here again. You can barely see it there. Really bright right there. And again, it's here. And you can really, really see it. Right here. So, after telling him this, he stated that he does not have enough evidence to help me. He's the second doctor that I've spoken to in regards to this. The first were years back, where I had the x-ray done. And upon getting the results, they say, well, nothing's there. Several years later, like after the fact, well, first, when I had that first x-ray, I didn't see the actual x-ray. But years later, I went and got my medical records and I looked at the x-ray myself and noticed the exact same spot that I put the magnet is the exact area where I see that very darkened line, non-fracture. And when I overlaid it with the MRI and I saw that bright spot, and it's like, those three things basically line up: the magnet, the x-ray, the MRI. But yet he states he doesn't have enough evidence to help me. And I don't know if I spoke about this earlier. However, when I got there, they had me fill out a form that stated, what symptoms are you having? And when the doctor sat down with me, I asked him, I said, did you read the information about my symptoms? He said, no, he hadn't. So I had to read it out for him to make sure that he would acknowledge. I recorded our conversation. You'll find the conversation at livingtruth1975.net. Again, that's livingtruth1975.net. It makes me question, what else is in my body that shouldn't be? Because I'm having physiological wireless attacks on my genital area and other parts of my body that are being synchronized as a weapon with other people involved, as in what some would call a TI, targeted individual. I've been to doctors time and time again, and they've chosen not to help. They've been negligent and content to do nothing. Again, they've been negligent and content not to hear my voice or take into account the validity of my concerns. For 20 years, I've been tortured and emasculated with wireless technology. So, as I reach out and ask for help, I encourage you to go to livingtruth1975.net for more information based on historical facts of what I'm going through. So judge for yourself. Who's lying? Who has more to lose? And who has more to gain? Either the people in the medical profession know and choose not to help and are following protocols to ensure that this doesn't get out, or I'm making this all up, in which case I have an x-ray, a magnet, an MRI, and history, scientific facts to back up what I'm saying. Again, I encourage you to go to livingtruth1975.net. Judge for yourself. And once you've absorbed the things that I've found out, feel free to email me at livingtruth75@gmail.com.